Hey folks, fWhip here, and welcome on back to Building with fWhip. Today we are staying in the city for one more episode, and it's gonna be a good one. We're gonna be building the meadery behind the church, and we're gonna do a bunch of terraforming back here, and I'm super excited for that. But first and foremost, folks, I gotta show off a little bit over here. I spent over 3 hours organizing my shulker boxes, so we got all of the different woods, we've got all of our different stones and everything over here, and I know it doesn't look like very much, but check this out underneath everything. I have my mess of a storage system all the way down here, and just by organizing everything, all the nether stuff's there, cobblestones, different types of stones are all lined up, so all 4 of those are full of stone. Then we got some other stuff in there, all the wood types are here, the leaf types are back there, random dirt, stones, and gravels are over there, colored blocks are in here, and this is how many shulker boxes I emptied. That many were previously full of random things that need to be organized, so I did that, and then a lot of these chests are cleared out here as well. But before we dive too much into building up things around the church, I wanted to finalize a few buildings around the city over here. I think it would be awesome to get these 2 structures over here that we had laid out in the concrete powder fixed up, finished off, so everything beyond this bridge right now that we actually have land to build on for is built. I think that'd be great to have done today. I think a shape for the house, something like this, might work a little bit better and occupy more of the space here. Otherwise, we're going to have a random dead spot over here. I'm thinking we'll build a tree similar to like that guy right there, and it should work out really well for us. But first and foremost, we've got to stack up a bunch of blocks over here. I did want to propose an idea, however. Over the last few episodes, I've been trading off between asking for likes or just kind of leaving things be and kind of watching how things went for this series and all the other series and everything that I've got going on over here. And one thing that I noticed is that the views for this series have unfortunately been dipping down a little bit over here, and so I've been leaning towards that swamp village being something new to get started with, something new to kind of have fun with on this one and bringing some new life over into the series here. I forgot Dark Oak Stairs, but that can be a pretty normal thing here for all of these projects. It's just kind of how YouTube goes with series that last forever, and obviously we are above episode 300. I think this is 310 if I remember correctly. So I want to propose a little bit of an idea here for you all, because a lot of people, anytime I mention moving on and doing something else like the Swamp Village, there has been an uprising in the comments of, don't do that, stay over here, finish all this stuff, and do all that stuff here. So I would love to say, folks, if we can hit 6,500 likes on this episode right here, we will stick around in the city for another few episodes and keep working on this one. So if you want to see more of the action over here in the city, folks, please be sure to click that like button down below, and we'll be doing a lot more of that stuff. I've been personally loving working here, but as this is kind of one thing that is, I gotta focus on the series that are doing the best and what locations are doing the best. And usually I find with this one is moving on to new projects is the thing most people seem to enjoy. Because in the end, I want to create what everybody here wants to see and what you all enjoy watching, and whatever that is really, I just love building in this world and making up these villages and towns and everything, and everybody seems to be enjoying kind of the builds in general here, so I'm happy with moving around a bunch. But I know some people are diehard fans of certain areas and whatnot. So anyways, 6,500 likes and we'll lock in working in this area a lot further, and I totally messed this up. I need to be going up. That all being said, though, I really do appreciate all of the support from everybody on this series and everything so far. So thank you all so very much for all of that, friends. In general, if you can hit the like button down there, I would very much appreciate it. But we've got this house going on over here. As you can see, we've got stripped spruce logs, we've got stripped oak logs, and I really like this style. I really like this combo, especially down here on the bottom of turning these oak logs and making them go out a step. For some reason, I just love doing that. So I think it's a really cool way to go with this one. We're going to bring this up by 2, and then we're going to start a roof section on here. So that's going to be coming up by 2. We need to do this, and then we do like that, and then we'll bring up by 2 here again. We're going to have a window inside of this point right there, so that can do this, and then it'll be 1, and then we just do another log right like that. And that brings both of these sides up here like this, just add it in the same style. And on this one, I think what we can do in here is just a big window right there, and then maybe an extra little guy right up there on the top. And that should be pretty cool. I'm thinking some brown stained glass panes inside of these. And then we can do the usual window shutters action and everything like that around here. It should be pretty cool. Makes it a little bit more grungy and dirtied up than anything else. And overall, I think that'll be a good one to fill this point here. It's not the same height as any of those, so it's a little bit taller. And then I was thinking what we could do here on the back would be, instead of having this coming out to a harsh corner, is we can add a bit of a tower. So I'm thinking we do a 5x5 box down here. and bring a tower coming out of this area. That forces us to redirect the road around here a little bit further, but I think overall it's going to add a lot more interest to the shape. So let me get the rest of this build in here, folks, and I will show you all the final result, and we'll move on to doing the blue guy. I've got the roof in up here for the main part of the structure. I don't have the walls in quite yet, but the roof is up there and it's looking great. And now what we can do is move on to focusing on this tower. I also brought the backside in here too, and I think I'm gonna have to mix that in there a little bit better because it feels a little weird. I think what might work better is, one, we are going to just bring this guy right out to there, and two, we're gonna do a little thing like this because this will actually match up perfectly with the top of the house. So that's kind of just a consistent one throughout the whole side there. Then I was thinking, just to keep things easy, is on this one, we can just bring in some slabs and get that kind of little tiny curve to it. Now for this big dude over here is, I originally was thinking we could bring in some dark oak stairs and bring that out and just extend it out. But I was like, no, that's going to make it too bulky. The top of that would be way too bulky. So what I'm thinking we can do now is we can bring in some stone brick stairs. Now I have not tried this before, but I think if we bring in some polished andesite in here, and what might work really well is some walls in between these. But I wanted to create an illusion of it going out and then it just being basically breaking up the flat straight line that the structure is going to be. And then we could bring in, maybe for now, we just do something like this. No, I'm getting walls. Walls will work a lot better here. Already from the bottom over here, it does feel a little bit like a castle tower, but I think once we get it finished up, it'll feel a little bit like a guardhouse is what I'm hoping for here, but nothing too extreme. So we can do the walls right along here and they will look just fantastic. And then behind this, we're just going to bring in an extra row of the stone brick. Now is where we got to start our actual tower itself. So on the four corners, we're going to be bringing in 4 tall of our stripped spruce log, which should be pretty cool. And the goal for this one is to make it look like it is connected to the house. So we're going to do the exact same style we did down there. One of my favorite things about building in survival Minecraft is we don't always know exactly what we're going to have on hand. You just kind of have to work with what you got sometimes. And I think it's a lot more fun doing it that way. But what I'm thinking we can do on the front of this guy is one right here and one right there. Then we go one right here, there, and there. And then this brings us to a little point here in the center where we can actually bring up a little double slab action. So I'm going to do that on all 4 different sides, and then we kind of raise it up from there. I know the tops of these towers are difficult for a lot of people, and a lot of people ask me, oh, fWhip, how did you do that? Or how do you work on those? Or what are you doing? So hopefully this is helpful for everybody. I guess this can be the fWhip tip for the video for the day. Apparently that's what we're coining that term as. But over here is I'm going to bring in some of these stairs going around the entire outside. So we have them stretched around like that. And when in doubt for these top of the towers, I find that they work better. You either round it out or you go very peaky and spiky up to the top. So what we're going to do on this one is going very peaky and spiky up towards the top. So we're going to bring in some extra stairs right here. And then on this whole inside row that we have in here, we can bring in some full blocks for ourselves. After that, we're adding the full blocks into those centerpieces. And then we're going to do stairs like here, here, and here, so they all kind of face one central direction, because you can't unfortunately make it only 4 corner stairs. That would be amazing, but we don't have the ability to do that. Then we got up here, and then we're going to add in some fences and iron bars on top of that. I just don't have them on me, but that gives us a tower that stands out and looks like that, which I think is awesome. I think that is a million times better than what we had before. I think that way of breaking it up a little bit and just having that and then bringing it back in really helps with the feeling of all this. What I am going to do as well is I put these in my inventory to remind myself is I wanted to break up the andesite that we have in here. So it's not only andesite, it's not super clean looking. It's just adding in a little bits of cobblestone around the way. So I'm going to work on this thing a little bit more, get some final details in here, get some plant life in, get our door on the front, probably pretty important. As you all might have guessed, I've been doing quite a bit of work around here. It's been really fun just messing around in this area for quite a while now. And well, there's a giant tree here in the center. This house is pretty much detailed out. Got a bunch of just leaves and things around. We've got a bed that we can sleep in if we need to. So let's set our spawn there for now, because I always break my other bed. And what I was working on over here was a little bit of a farming area. I picked up this from a few other people. I think the last person I saw was Gemini Tay did this, where it's just a bunch of composters with slabs on top, and it's awesome. So I was thinking we could come back in here and just throw in a tiny little spot where we could harvest some potatoes. Just little garden spots like this throughout the city, I feel like are going to be a really good way to go, just adding more color and variety to it. I had done a lot of it over by the Wizard Castle and kind of left it leaving into this area. But I think that'd be a cool little addition right in there. So we got all that stuff going on. Maybe we do a little path block action. You got the road detailed in here, got the little back alley figured out. One thing as we added the sewer entrance last time is that has been much more opened up just by moving this building back there. So that's not really something I had anticipated or really thought about. So if you have any ideas on what we can fill this spot with, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. I'll have to come back in here and add something later because I don't really know. I was thinking a tree and then I just built the tree right here. So I don't know if that's going to work out too well there. But that's kind of where we're at with this one. Let me get this house in over here and we will see where we're going from there, folks. I swear, the longer and longer I've been building these roads, the more random, chaotic, and sporadic they've gotten. I used to have like a whole thing down about how I have to build these, how they have to work. And now I'm just like, hey, let's put a stone brick block over here. That sounds great. And then we just kind of move on to doing everything else. And speaking of which, I built this entire house over here. And it originally was supposed to be a little blacksmith, if y'all might remember. So I added the little blacksmith forge back here. We got a nice little gateway to walk back in. And then it's kind of just some basic stuff back here. And it's not too great yet. I think it still needs a little bit of love to it. But I like the structure being very simple. It's stripped dark oak, oak planks, dark oak, spruce, cobblestone. That is about as simple as we can get for a house with still having some good depth to it. Didn't add any extra things to it. It's kind of a nice simple one, which is good. That's kind of what I was hoping for out of this. So, but just need to get a little bit more stuff cleaned up on the road here. So let me get that done real fast. I guess the one rule that I still stick to is if I'm placing stone brick, it's got to be in like a blob. It's got to have its own blobbiness to it. But that's pretty good for now. We've got everything tackled here, done for the building of the houses today, which is awesome. We've got a tower, we've got the house, we've got the house. And folks, I know at the beginning I made some terrible bee puns, so if anybody is even watching this video at this time, thank you. Thank you for living through those terrible puns. But what I would like to do now, folks, is we're going to go ahead and kick this off into good old-fashioned time-lapse mode. Let's try that again. And with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and kick this off into good old-fashioned time-lapse mode. Build up a cliff here, get this whole area terraformed out, and then we can finally figure out what the heck we're going to be building down here. One thing I've been meaning to do for a very long time inside of this city is really bring in a lot of the landscaping. I couldn't even tell you how long this road up here has been floating for. Somebody will probably let me know in the comments. But anyways, we are finally getting this structure of a cliff face back in here, and I think it's really cool. Previously, I hadn't thought about doing this, but this is one of those points where the plans inside of a Minecraft world can change. You can alter them, you can tweak them at any point in time. Even after you've built something, you can totally change how it's going to work. And this church down here, I felt like it really deserves to have that older feeling to it. So they have this lower down area that just makes it feel like the city is going to be all the way around it. And we're going to add some houses eventually on top of that cliff face. I think it's going to be a really cool way of adding this cool contrast, just showing that the city has been here for... Or the church has been here for a very long time, and the city still is an old, massive city of sorts, but it just doesn't have that age behind it, which I think would give a really cool feeling to this area. But we got to build up that back area to bring it up to solid double digits there. Area, and area. All right, let's do it. One thing that I've bugging about this point that we just finished up is that was my old flying path to get over to where we're working. So now we actually have to venture all the way over here. Luckily, we have the sewers right there, and I left this doorway here as entry point to the sewers, and we have that to be able to jump out into the city. So I gotta start adding in more of those locations to be able to get in and out of the spot, but we can head on over there. After we did all that stuff, I spent a lot more time in the nether, and I'm very, very happy to say we've almost exploded the entire main area of our nether hub. And then, well, I realized that, yeah, there's a new section that we actually have to clear out if I want to make the farm that I'm planning on making for the wither skeletons. But over here, we've got this spot. I was going to say the word, I didn't do it. And I'm thinking that we can bring in some spruce trapdoors, extend these all the way down here, and use this as the wall around the area. Oh man, I said the word. But I think it could be kind of fun. And we just do that all the way along here, and then we can bring these ones all the way in along here. Instead of just using like fences like we normally would in these places, I thought this would be a little bit more unique. And then on top of these, I'm thinking we do some oak trapdoors. Hopefully bees don't get too bothered by these. I think it should be okay as far as I've done a little testing, as in like 10 seconds of watching a bee fly over a trapdoor. It worked out pretty well, so this should be okay. And then we get a little spot right in here, which I think will be cool. And we could put 1 bee's nest, 2 bee's nests, 3 bee's nests, and 4 bee's nests right in there. And I have, or sorry, beehives. We're not using the nest. These are going to be a little bit more on the man-made side. So we got 2 of those, and then I'll put the 2 with the actual bees in them right there. And then I'm thinking we can have a little fun with making some trees. I want to do a big old custom birch tree. I think that'd be awesome right back in here. And then we need probably a custom oak tree over on this point just to fill in the area a little bit better. And we can do that guy right up in here. And then maybe we actually do another custom birch tree right up in here. I'm feeling spicy when it comes to the custom trees today. So we're going to do that. That should be pretty good. And then we probably need some smaller, skinnier guys coming up over here like we have with those ones. So I'll put 1 or 2 of them dotted along this side, and then we're going to fill this entire central area, I'm thinking, with a bunch of dandelions. I think that yellow will give a really cool contrast to everything else in here, and it's going to look super cool. The only problem is I don't really have many of those, but I think underneath here there should be a decent amount of flowers that we can raid that I just haven't really picked. No, there's a bunch of the dark oak forest though, so that'll be good. If you have any ideas on other types of flowers we can include in this spot as well, please be sure to let me know that down in the comments below. That'd be awesome. I'm still trying to come up with a few more ideas for different colors we can include down here. I feel like the yellow is a good start for the bees and everything, so that should be pretty good, but then we'll see kind of where we're going with this one from here. But that is 26 of them, and I think we need a few more. I ended up finding close to a stack of the flowers and throw them all down in here, and I think I'm actually going to go ahead and move this one real fast and add in a little bit of the path block action throughout here just so we can have a way to walk in the middle of it and have that kind of designated walking area. Extend that down here and actually added in a second section for some more bees. So I'm gonna need to find a bunch of flowers I'm really not using and get those ones added in back here and use that to breed up the bees. But hopefully these bees actually want to stay living in this area. Previously, any bee that I put down, they have flown off into somewhere else. So I'm really hoping that we can actually keep a few of them down here. And we can choose to do this guy and that guy, and hopefully we will see some popping out. Maybe. Probably not because the sun is setting. Wakey wakesy, oxidized daisies. Come on, anybody want some daisies? Flowers, fresh flowers, picked ready for you. Anybody, please tell me the bees haven't died. I don't know where they would have gone, but please, come on, jump on out of here, Mr. Bees. Is there a dance we gotta do? Is there a dance we gotta do? I don't know. Oh, there they are. I was getting really worried there. I was not hearing any buzzing inside of these things. So thankfully we have some bees. Let's breed them up. Let's get some baby bees. Come on, baby bees, baby bees, baby bees, baby bees. Anybody want some more flowers? You can have one. You can have one. Ah, that's great. We had 5 and now we have 7. Oh, this is going to be awesome. I have a swarm of bees. Look at this. I love this. I have so many friends around here. All right, you guys, go get these other flowers. I'm gonna watch these guys for a little bit here, make sure they don't screw up anything and don't get caught, which already looks like they're getting caught on the trapdoors. Maybe we need to flip these around. Maybe is it that they need to be on the other side? I don't really know. But anyways, I'm gonna build some trees and I'll be back with y'all as soon as I got those things in place. Anybody would like you? Your wings aren't even moving. Oh no, there he's. He's off. He's off. Oh, they're off. Oh, they're flying off. Oh yeah. All right, tree time. Never. And I repeat, never ask me to babysit anything. It will not go well. The bees so far, we're down to 3. In the course of building tree, over there, built 6 trees, and I lost 5 of my bees because I was down to 2 and then I bred some up. Unless they're all hidden inside of these places. Yeah, don't trust me with them, folks. But over here, we've got the oak tree. I've got oak leaves as well as jungle leaves, I believe, in there, mixed up in that one. Then for the birch trees, I like using birch leaves and then do little highlights here with some acacia leaves. I think it looks super, super nice. Just with all of that little brightness and everything, just kind of making the acacia leaves look like little lines throughout the whole stuff. And then back over here, we just got flowers everywhere. We've got this little section over here with another tree, just another big old acacia, birch tree. That's what they're called. In this episode alone, we made a lot of major progress around the city. We've got these 2 structures done. Still need an idea for that back alley section of what we can do there. Then we've got all those trees inside of there. And as one final thing, just as a, let me grab some rockets here first, because otherwise we will probably run out. I want to take a second to show you all the work that we've been doing inside the Nether Hub, just for a quick update over there to end the video off. I think it's been really, really cool, and I think y'all will enjoy a little bit of the update on this one and the new scope of the project. It's insane. Coming in the Nether straight away, it might look a little different now because this is all where we've exploded things. You can see everything back here, including this little place where the portal spawned, and we got some Strider friends down below, but everything in this area is now completely cleaned out and done, and it's looking insane. So we've got all of this stuff figured out, everything back in this direction, most of the nether fortress. There's where our wither skeleton farm is going to be going. All of this stuff is cleaned out around here, and it's crazy. It's so cool seeing all of it. It's being totally cleared out, and let's not hit our head. And unfortunately, this area up here, I need to get rid of that lava, is where we have to bring everything else. So this entire box that we have over there, all the way to here, and all the way down to there. I think that one I'm just going to take all the way to the end if I haven't already, is we have to explode all of that. Everything in here needs to be removed and taken down to bedrock level, or at least down to the lava lake level, so that the farm that we have down in here will actually work, because we need 128 blocks that way, that way, that way, and that way. There is a zombie piglin on my TNT quarry. Come on, buddy. I don't think you want to be standing on there. Probably not the safest. But folks, unfortunately, that's going to have to do it for today's episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to click that like button down below if you did enjoy today's episode. Very much appreciate all of the support from you there, folks. Without any further ado, though, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And my friends, I will catch you on the flip side. Also, briefly, I've been talking about doing a hardcore series. If you want to see more stuff on hardcore Minecraft of me trying to survive in there, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. #hardcore.